What's good, everybody? Mr. J here, and hey, if you saw this about 2 weeks ago and failed to get excited because you remember this about a year ago and remembered how that went, don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. It wasn't your fault, okay? It wasn't our fault. Because at this point, we kind of know what Chrysler does to us. They dangle that tidbit out in front of us, get us hyped, and fail to deliver. If you guys remember this one, what I'm talking about, this was, of course, when they led and fed into the hype of a Hellcat 300 and gave us a 6.4 300. Not a bad compromise, but not exact. They knew what they were doing. They knew what they were doing when they put out that mysterious tweet and gave us a 6.4. They fed into that energy and didn't deliver. But we're going to take a look at what we've gotten into today. It is the future reinvented, or as Chrysler would say, future reinvented. I'll take this first look with you guys, give you my thoughts and views. Obviously there's kind of the hopes of what I want to see. I'd love to see the Chrysler 300 continue. I don't believe that it's going to be the 300. I think it's going to be something completely new. I don't believe it's going to be the airflow either, because I believe that I read that the airflow was not going to make it to production as originally planned. Now, when trying to do research for this video, I couldn't find that report anymore. So who knows what that is, but enough of that. We're going to get into this video. I'm going to show you guys the reaction, see what's going on. Let's see what Chrysler has for the future.
Hello, and
Tony Stark
welcome to
Mansion.
The Kellogg Doolittle Estate in Joshua Tree, California. The future ethos of the Chrysler brand.
All right, already seeing the airflow.
It pushes the creative tomorrow.
Okay, I'm just gonna say already, just what, 47 seconds in here, it just feels like old people trying to capture young people's attention. That's just my feeling. That's my feeling. This has kind of gone on too long. I'm not extremely hopeful for what we're about to see here.
What we're going to share with you today is both a peek at the future direction of our brand and a key moment in our brand's revitalization. It is a strategic and innovative revolution for a legendary American brand that's been an icon for 100 years.
Had a couple
Recently,
300s in there.
We celebrated the 40th anniversary of the minivan. From the moment we invented this new segment, this is the Chrysler Halcyon concept.
Okay, Halcyon concept. So, concept. This is going to be a concept vehicle. I think we knew that going in, but wow, let's digest. Let's open this up and digest this because what I'm seeing right here is what I would think would obviously be a concept car. I'm seeing a whole lot of stuff that's just not going to make it to the final production model. At least that's what I see. You know, I could be wrong, but holy cow, this is, all right. We've got a two-door fully electric vehicle. Man, that is one big piece of glass from the front to the end. That joint is going damn near halfway through the hood. Okay, so for starters, I don't really know what I'm looking at here. I don't know how to digest this so far. It's a surprise to me that it's a sedan. I was expecting something more along the lines of the airflow, because that is where all of the rest of the car companies are going. The large size sedan is disappearing throughout the American market. So I'm surprised that it is a large size sedan, and I'm disappointed that it's a large size sedan and not a 300. Part of the reason why I figured that this wouldn't be a 300 is because I figured it wouldn't be a large size sedan. A full-size sedan rather, and I'm only saying, I know it's looking like it's a two-door. I'm saying it's a full-size because it looks pretty big. I can definitely see 4 seats in there. But just looking at this, man, this is a heavy concept car to me. I doubt that a lot of this is going to be what we see in the final production model, if it even ever gets there. That's the thing that you have to keep in mind with concepts, is that, you know, they never pan out to be, they make it look so cool in front of your face, and then you never see that on the road. I mean, starting with the light bar, you know, that, I think the quintessential identifier of an EV now is definitely that light bar, but very rarely do we ever see a light bar not accompanied with some kind of bulb, to my knowledge. I could be wrong. Comment down in the comment section if you know if this has been achieved at all, but I would imagine that it would be highly improbable to light your driving view with that light bar as it stands. So, and it's just so low, and it's actually kind of angled forward now that I'm looking at it. You know, that looks like it's just going to be lighting the ground in front of you. So I would imagine that there's probably going to be a lot of changes to that front end. And just looking at it the way it looks like right now, where that window comes down so far, it doesn't look like there's a frunk in there at all. That doesn't look like much space for a frunk at all. Maybe they're going for extreme aerodynamics there and they're foregoing the frunk, which would be kind of odd. But I would imagine that that front end is going to change. The wheels look about right. They look, those look like your pretty standard EV wheels. You know, they're very concerned about aerodynamics, and, you know, they cap them. Oh, no, actually, now that I'm looking at it, there is no caps on these. These are spoke rims, which is, usually you don't see that stock on an EV. So I tried to think that those ugly rims would be production, but now I'm starting to rethink that. Well, man, this, what do I think? I don't, like I said, I'm disappointed that it's a full size and it's not a 300. You know, that also with this video came out a legacy of the 300 video. And, you know, I'll talk about that later on, but they kind of alluded that, you know, they kind of hinted that there might be a future for the 300. But, you know, I don't know. Right off of the bat, this just looks like, it looks like something out of the Jetsons to me. So I don't really even know what to make out of this concept vehicle, because basically what I'm seeing is something that we're never going to see on the road, in my opinions. They could pull me wrong, but let's continue.
For drivers and passengers, it delivers harmony and motion, and a level of serenity.
Okay, now one thing that I really like, one thing that I do like, and ever since the first post came out, that new badge, if that is Chrysler's new badge going forward, I like that. I really like that design. Hopefully that is something that they do going forward. If I was to get a car with that badge on it, I mean, clearly they're going with lighting. So, you know, maybe it never does turn into a badge. Maybe they go full illumination with it. But if I got that badge on a car, that would be something that I would have to long think about debadging off my car. I think it's pretty cool.
Of the Halcyon name.
Halcyon.
From the new Stellantis created technology.
Man, that window was massive.
Delivers integrated systems with Stella Brain, Smart Cockpit, and Auto Drive.
Stella Brain, Stellantis, STLA, Stellantis Brain, Stellantis Smart Cockpit, and Stellantis Auto Drive. All right.
Halcyon has created an interface and functionality that...
Okay. That joint is ugly. All right. Right now, that is ugly. They're going full on Tesla route with the yoke and the big old screen and nothing else. Like I mean, there's a whole lot of foot room there. I'll give you that. But I hate this look. I really hate it. I hate it when Tesla does this. I hate it when any other car does this. Like, this is boring. I know it's supposed to be minimalistic and whatever, but there's nothing there. Like, tell me where the air's coming out. Where is their air vents? Where is their speaker grills? I mean, obviously this probably isn't a final car at all. There's no rear view mirror. Yeah, going back, there's definitely a lot of concept here. I'm feeling like this is more heavily a concept car than it is anything close to a production car. Side view mirrors appear to be cameras, which I would hope, you know, for the future. I can see that there's that direction. Like I said, there's no rear view mirror there at all, and there's something going on in the roof there. Are those like DeLorean doors? Is that? Oh my gosh! I hope not. I hope not. This joint is ugly.
It feels totally intuitive. An advanced interior designed to complement the futuristic exterior. The exterior represents
I like that badge. I like that badge.
Contemporary design with a continuously flowing glass canopy surrounding the driver.
Hold up. Let me walk that back a little bit. That is all right. So one piece of glass from halfway to from the front all the way back to the back. That is one single piece of glass. It's a terrible, terrible idea. I don't know if you've ever had any friends with Teslas, Tesla 3s, Model 3s. They'll let you know they got that glass panel that goes all the way back. Those things are known. They have a known issue to crack. Like not rock chips, they just crack. They crack because it's bowed glass and they crack under the tensions of driving. It's a known issue with Tesla. Tesla has no responses for it. If yours starts to crack, it is up to you to replace it. And not only that, but that's Tesla glass. You know, there's not a whole lot of manufacturers out there making that glass. Man, and it's a very expensive piece of glass to buy. There are secondary manufacturers that do make that glass for you to replace it with to make it a little bit cheaper. But guess what, folks? This is an EV. Guess what's in that glass? Sensors. That's right. There is sensors in that glass. And if you are to replace that window of a Tesla, at least with a Tesla, with a secondary market, you're losing your sensors. And by losing some of your sensors, you're going to void certain parts of your warranty by not replacing it with Tesla glass, which is obviously going to be considerably more expensive. I hate seeing these.
The driver and passengers, uninterrupted without a B-pillar.
Oh, whoa. Let me take a look at that again. It look like a butterfly coming open. What do we got going on? We got the doors open outwards, and then the top opens as well. Wow. Why would the top open? Why would the top open other than to just look cool? Concept. That's why. Make it look cool. Make it look cool. Make it look fancy for you.
We're following the form of flawless aerodynamics for remarkable efficiency, while creating a form that makes a statement all on its own. Halcyon imagines a cleaner future with sustainable and recyclable materials for the exterior and interior. 95% of this vehicle's materials are sustainable, delivering harmony with the planet we all call home.
What about the big ass battery on the bottom? Sorry.
Our commitment to a cleaner process starts with the exterior finish, as we use a highly durable film instead of paint on the interior door end caps. We've integrated a 100%
They're wrapping the car.
recycled composite material into the interior made from post-consumer CDs. Now, can you imagine this? You have a weekend getaway to Las Vegas, and the Chrysler Halcyon has the road trip all mapped out for you with smart trip planning. Using its fully AI-enabled predictive technology, Halcyon has preconditioned the vehicle by analyzing the weather, surrounding traffic, and driver preferences before your journey even begins. As you approach the Halcyon, it welcomes you with biometric recognition that enables a welcome mode that opens the doors, raises the vehicle with its air suspension, pivots the front seat, and activates the exterior lighting to a red carpet-like entrance. so you can load your bags and get comfortable for the ride.
Okay, that whole little bit going on right there, just, yeah, that tells me we're definitely dealing with a lot more concept than practicality here. Remember I don't know if you guys watched it, but if you haven't watched it, take a look at the Ram Revolution unveiling. A lot of the stuff that's going on here with the retracting seats and the automation and all this glitz and the glamour that they're sprinkling in here to make this look like a really cool concept was in that Ram Revolution truck reveal. And then a month later, they revealed the production model, and it had like none of that in there. None of it in there. There was the Revolution concept was supposed to have a third row seating. The cabin was supposed to be big enough to have 3 rows of seating. The second row was supposed to be able to adjust to anywhere that you wanted, and the back had bucket seats. The full production model has none of that in there. It doesn't have any of the bells and whistles that are in there. It doesn't have the shape or design that it had. It barely has any of that in there in that production model. And that is a truck that I'm actually interested in, but just looking at how that unveil went to final production model and looking at this one, how it's kind of doing the same thing, and knowing that they're both from the Stellantis umbrella, I doubt that we're going to see any of this in this car. We have no clue what this car is going to look like.
Using the advanced technology of the Stella Brain and Smart Cockpit, Halcyon creates a personalized driving experience. As you gear up for the road trip, you can rest easy knowing that our software serves as both a co-pilot and a concierge. The Smart Cockpit features a stowable 15.6-inch center console screen that can be used in a portrait or landscape mode. And while a touch screen is made to be touched, this system is also voice command ready. So say your favorite song, hear your favorite song. Like a concierge always at the ready. The system reacts to your requests. Cooler cabin, warmer cabin. Halcyon can also anticipate customer needs based on preferences and history. With its Stella AutoDrive Level 4 autonomy, you and your passengers can relax during its fully autonomous drive.
All of this is CGI. All of this is animated. 100% of this.
This allows you and your
The only thing real in this
passengers
picture is that girl.
Incredible lounge-like experience. The vehicle also showcases innovative active aero solutions to reduce drag and extend range. Halcyon boasts extensive safety features such as adaptive LED headlights that illuminate the road no matter how winding. As you're enjoying your road trip to the city, the Halcyon heads-up display connects you to the world inside and outside the car too. The augmented reality feature makes objects in your surroundings perfectly clear, such as bikers and people nearby or animals crossing the road at night.
Augmented reality, built-in augmented reality. It sounds cool, sounds futuristic, but I think realistically, we are years away from that. The Apple Vision Pro, that $4,000 augmented reality headset that they just put out, it's glasses that go on your face. They're goggles that go on your face. I have to anticipate that we are a long way out from that moving off of your face to be projected over glass. This is wishful thinking.
It also connects you far beyond your surroundings by projecting video calls and sharing pop-ups of memories from geotagged photos, so you can chat with your friends along the way. The heads-up display can map constellations in the night sky, even as you're driving, taking stargazing to a whole new level. And if you thought your road trip couldn't get any better, the augmented reality heads-up display can also enable a tour guide feature to learn more about the area you're in, so you can make scenic stops along the way without the range anxiety. With Halcyon, charging and range will never be an issue with its unlimited miles of range, thanks to dynamic inductive charging. which allows for charging via non-contact transfer even while underway. Before you know it, you'll be approaching your destination and embracing the city lights that surround you with the uninterrupted flowing glass canopy design of the Chrysler Halcyon. As you reach your stop, unload your bags, and get ready for the adventure ahead, the Halcyon will enable valet mode and locate a wireless parking spot so you waste no time getting to where you want to go, all while
unlimited battery range with wireless charging. Okay, so wireless charging for cars does exist. However, it exists in, I believe, Detroit in a testing facility. It has not yet been implemented on roads. It is very much in its early testing phases right now. It's going to be decades, not only before they push that out, but before it's so widespread that it's going to be usable. This vehicle, if it releases this year, you're not going to own it by the time it can find a wireless charging spot. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Think about this. Teslas have been out for what, 10, 15 years? And as of right now, we don't have enough charging stations to charge all of the EVs that are on the road. Like, take that and apply that to this wireless charging fantasy. Yeah, you'll be several models into into EVs by the time that rolls around. It says it's going to automatically send your car to find a wire. How far is it going to go? Is it gonna, if I'm in Washington and I send it into valet mode, is it gonna drive all the way to Chicago while I'm eating just to fucking charge? Get real.
preparing you for wherever the next adventure takes you. When was the last time you got into a vehicle without knowing where you needed to be? Where stunning design and sophisticated autonomous driving is deployed not to follow just routes and roads, but your heart and soul. As Chrysler continues to evolve its technology and engineering innovation.
All right, so I know that they said, they talked about the seats, and they said that the seats and 90% of the car was made from sustainable resources. But looking at this interior, man, I don't, it look like roller coaster seats. Like, those look like plastic bottoms, and the fabric that they showed, like, I don't mess with fabric seats at all, period. Like, I hate cloth seats. Hate them, hate them, hate them. My very first car had leather interior. Almost every single one of my vehicles had leather interior. This looks extremely uncomfortable. And not only that, but this looks like a full-size car that only sits four. There's an armrest there in the middle, and that's not a bench seat, because remember, it's supposed to retract into the back of the vehicle. So it appears to be a giant waste of space, unless, you know, you got a bunch of groceries that you got from the grocery store. Actually, they look like computer seats. They look like ergonomic desk seats, desk chairs.
Continue to remain on track to deliver our first groundbreaking battery electric vehicle in 2025. With
2025
as our catalyst toward the future.
Wow. So 2025, they're saying that this car is going to come out next year. Next year, if even next year. 2025 starts shipping towards the end of the year. Wow. It'll be very interesting to see how this all comes about, how this comes to fruition. To me, this is a lot of hoopla. a lot of hoopla. I if all of that, what they said is true, is in that car, I would hate to see what the price of it is. And knowing the way that Chrysler prices its vehicles, trying to be competitive, man, there's no way. There's no way that we're going to see that car on the road. I guess that's kind of it just kind of makes sense. As I'm processing it all right now, taking it all right now, I guess that just makes perfect sense. So for this calendar year, Chrysler's not going to have a car on its roster. It's only going to have one vehicle on its roster for the entirety of the year, and it's a minivan, the Pacifica. That's it. Once they cut the 300 at the end of last year, that was it. That was all they had, was the Pacifica and the 300. So this year, they're going the entire year with a single minivan on their roster. It feels like with the transition to Stellantis that Chrysler doesn't really have a direction. Now they teased the Airflow, which was a crossover type vehicle, and then the Pacifica, and now they're showing this, trying to get this out there by, I guess, by next year, which is crazy. They're gonna send this out next year. I'd be very interested to see what this car looks like. Overall, I think the design, I can see that it's futuristic. I can see that there would probably be a demographic out there that would appreciate it. I am not that demographic. That John is ugly. Interior, exterior is slightly less ugly. Actually, I won't say that the exterior is ugly. I will say that the exterior and how they designed it is undesirable. I can't picture that being a vehicle that lasts very long on the road with that massive window. The funky windows that go up, like, I don't know what that's all about. I doubt that makes the production model. But man, I don't know what I was expecting, but I do know that it wasn't that. It wasn't that. Yeah, this right here, that is my favorite part of the whole presentation. That new emblem, the headless falcon, the headless wings. That's pretty sweet. It's modernized, it's futuristic, and it's still recognizable. You know what that is when you see it. I really do like that. I think that's dope. Everything else though, man. Man, y'all are gonna have to get in the comment section. Let me know down below what y'all think about this. Could you picture yourself driving this? And more importantly, what do you think that this video means for the future of Chrysler? Because quite honestly, without the 300, I don't know if I feel like they're going in a place that I have an interest in. And that's not just Chrysler. That's basically, this Chrysler video right here is a microcosm of all of Stellantis, killing off the V8s in the last year, trying to go all EV by, I believe, 2027. They said they want 100% of their vehicle line to be EV by 2027. I don't know. I do want a truck. My next vehicle is going to be a pickup truck. Obviously I like what Ram's doing over there. Like I said, I have interest in the Ram Revolution. It looks like there is another Ram that's coming out called the Ram Charger. See what that's all about. But speaking of Charger and what Dodge is doing, talking about ugly, oh man, that thing is super ugly. That's supposed to hit this roads, I believe, next year or the end of this year, Q4. Man, let me know. You guys are gonna have to let me know what you think about the direction of Stellantis going right now, and what the future of this what the future of Stellantis holds for us and our long indentured, fandom. They haven't really shown me anything yet that says that they are going to capture, their previous audiences. And it seems like they are content to move forward, despite that fact. Like, Mopar got bought out. Like, it really did. Stellantis came in with its own direction, and we are steadily in the curve right now of that new direction. Man. Well, that's going to wrap it up for me. Everybody, let me know down in the comment section what you think of the concept car. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Big thanks. Always going to happen to continue here on Gotham Hemi. And until next time, I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.